that's a great thing that is becoming normal now. My whole thing was the ethics. When you make that connection, you know, that what you're eating is those beautiful, creatures, you change their mind because you're that guy with influence. I quickly, kicked that one out the window and then went full vegan. Be that shining example to other people. But now the world is changing, and I'm so happy for that. Veganism is the optimal way to live.
Hi, I'm here today with Chase Armitage, professional parkour athlete. Hi Chase, thank you for being here.
No worries, my pleasure.
So this has been your professional career for many years now?
Yeah, I've been doing the whole Parkour Free Running thing for like 18 years now. So yeah, long time. And for me as a professional athlete, so that I do my sport like every single day almost, I really need to find the best optimal way of living nutrition that's going to complement my longevity in Parkour and Free Running. So for me, without a doubt, it is a plant-based diet.
Yeah. So how long have you been a vegan?
I have been a vegan for almost 4 years now.
Alright, did you go vegetarian first?
What did I do? I did the whole transition, I did the whole ladder, I did obviously cut out the red meat first, then just stayed on chicken, then cut the chicken out, went to fish, and then got rid of the fish, and then just stayed on, vegetarian diet, and then I realised that actually, how much damage by being vegetarian and having the dairy, I might as well just be eating meat. So I quickly, kicked that one out the window, and then went full vegan.
So your main motivation was ethical?
Yeah, 100%. Like my whole thing was the ethics. Like just. When you make that connection, that what you're eating is those beautiful, creatures, those sentient beings, you just have to, for a while I did put it in the back of my mind and closed the door, locked it, threw away the key, just to kind of keep life normality, let's call it, possible. But, after a while, those voices, they keep on talking and telling you that what you're doing is wrong.
Yeah, no, I can absolutely relate to that. Did you get challenged at all by your colleagues or when you're on a job about your diet?
Oh, it's funny, yeah. I mean, I work a lot on movie sets and commercial sets, and the nice thing is that you have a bit of an influence as like let's say, a lead character or the main guy, because a lot of time I play the main role in a commercial. And so I have to say, and I'm proud to. I'm like, look, I'm vegan. You let them know, and so the catering changes. Like you change their mind because you're that guy with influence. Yeah. So then they have vegan options, and everyone else in the crew is kind of giving it a go, and oh, there's vegan options, and so you can make a little impact that way.
Yeah, excellent. So have you noticed any changes or any changes in how veganism is approached over the years?
Well, I just think that it's becoming normal now, and that's a thing I had to get my head around, let's say 4 years ago, where there weren't so many options, it wasn't so accessible, you had to kick up a fuss at the restaurant to try and get a vegan option, but now the world is changing, and I'm so happy for that. You go, like I was in my talk today, I said, like, you go down the aisles and you just decide to turn that one aisle sooner and go down the free-from section, go down the, the section that has all the plant milks and has all the, vegan yogurts and vegan cheeses and vegan meats. It's there, and that's a great thing that it's becoming normal now. Like, it's weird. I still don't want to call how they eat normal. Because that's where we came from. But actually what we're doing is normal, right? The whole vegan thing is normal. That's what normal should be. So yeah, I'm happy to see that normal is vegan now.
Definitely changing. In your when you're working or in terms of what you do and where you train, are there many other vegans, or are you leading by example?
Let me tell you about it. So again, I'm so happy to sit here and say that, again, 4 years ago, there wasn't a single vegan in our team. We have a team of 10 athletes. And now, fast forward 4 years on, it's funny when we're in the restaurants and now it's the majority of vegans all sitting together. So actually, it's gone from 10 non-vegans to I think we outweigh the meat eaters, six vegans and 4 meat eaters in the team. So that's just, for me, absolute, proof and evidence that the world is changing and we're all waking up.
Yeah, that's amazing. You're the majority now.
Yeah, I love it. I love it. So good.
Lovely. How about your diet, do you have any favorite snacks or any tips or tricks that you discovered through your own experimenting?
Yeah, sure,
Sorry.
Sure. So for me, I've become like, I try to optimize myself. And to do that, you have to give yourself superfoods, right? So, we're not just eating for the sake of eating. We're trying to get the most energy and the most energy in every way, kind of like spiritual energy from the food. How is it organic? Is it, was it loved and cared for? Was it, or was it just some product that, is sort of processed and it doesn't really have much life energy, let's say. So I have a lot of superfoods in my diet. I've learned so many things along my way, like pine pollen, for example. I do a lot of foraging. So, I'll climb my favorite tree and it happens to be a pine pollen tree. And that stuff's 20 quid a bag, let's say, because it's, an amazing superfood, but I know how to go and get it from nature now. I love goji berries, that's a daily thing. Shilajit is like a dark resin, and it's one of the most dense mineral pitches that you can find, so I have that in my tea every morning. Medicinal mushrooms, those kind of things. So that's the superfood side, but on a daily I just try to eat as clean, as organic as I can. Don't get me wrong, I do love my cheat stuff, You
do have cheat days.
Absolutely, I think that's how we cross the border with normal people, let's say. We have to have those things available to the comfort foods, to be able to make it approachable.
Yeah, of course, How about your outreach or any strategy for spreading the vegan message and how to do it effectively?
Yeah, so my thing now, and I've just fully grasped it, is to be the example, just to be that shining example to other people. My attitude isn't, I don't have to preach to people because, I made a point to, let's say, post stories every single day on my Instagram and make a post every single day. And it doesn't actually have to be about veganism, though a lot of my stories do incorporate what I eat in the morning, what I have for lunch, what I choose to buy, what I choose not to buy. So these things, people are seeing it on a daily, and I know my outreach is really good now. And I can see the thousands of people following and watching, and I don't have to say, like, I'm vegan, like, eat this vegan product. They just see me doing it. They see me having a good time. They see that I'm healthy and that I'm doing all this cool stuff. So it's just, like, it's making it normal and making it cool. And that's my approach. I think that's what's working. So, if you haven't, do check out my stories, do check out my Instagram, Chase_Armitage. But I'm really proud of what I'm doing on that channel, and I get the messages from people, saying, I'm a free runner and I see you're a vegan and I really want to try veganism. Any advice? And then I'll just forward them on to check out my blog, which I've already made a video from my heart, telling them how you can do it and telling them about my journey, and I'll reply to every single message. So I'm trying to be accessible to everybody and help where I can.
You kind of stole my next question by saying that, because I wanted to ask you if you have any advice for people who are very physically active, who are sports people, athletes, and who might just be hesitating a little about that last step into veganism. Is there anything you have to say?
Yeah, you just first need to understand that actually veganism is the optimal way to live. It is the optimal way of health. And first you need to get your mind realigned. So watching stuff like Cowspiracy, watching stuff like What the Health movie. We actually went to the premiere of that earlier this year, and what an incredible film. I think any athlete, whether you eat meat or whatever your diet is, if you see that, I think that is going to realign their their sort of way of seeing things. So that really helps. I think that really helps. So watch What the Health movie, and then when you realise that actually plant-based is the optimal nutrition for you, for longevity, for health and wellness, then you're going to do it without even thinking twice.
Definitely. So would you say you're still learning, or do you now know all you need to know about veganism? Is it a journey for you?
Yeah, great question. I mean, it is an absolute journey. Like I say, ever since I decided to go vegan, and I call it the red pill, in the Matrix, I took the red pill and I've just been going down that rabbit hole. And I think, just when you think you got to the bottom of it, it drops out and keeps going deeper. So you never learn it all, you never know it all. Sometimes I'm doing something with my diet, let's say, whether it be a fasting schedule or certain foods, and then you realise, oh, actually, you know what? couple of years down the line, maybe I was doing it wrong back then. So I think having a humble, that's how we should all be, right? We should never have a strong ego and think we know it all, because that's the day we die, you know, we're not learning anymore. So yeah, for sure, I'm always learning, and I'm fascinated, and I love that, you know, that another day I'll learn about the superfood that I never heard about, and it's like from, you know, Brazil in the jungle somewhere, and I'm like, oh my god, I've got to get hands on this because it's, you know, health benefits. So yeah, I'm excited that it's almost a never-ending journey.
Right, thank you. It's been really lovely talking to you.
No worries.
Thank you for making the time.
Absolute pleasure. Thanks for having me.